Good morning, welcome to another session. It's Tuesday, 18th of August, and let's go through the pairs as usual. I'm gonna be quick today, and then I will do a mini lesson. Okay, right, let's go on to the daily. So we've had the dollar come all the way back down. Like I said, I wanted to see how we close yesterday for a clear direction, and overnight we've just hit London. Overnight we traded down, and we've come almost close to taking out this low. Now I want to see if they're going to run this. They're almost there. Are they going to run it? I don't know for now, and it's a wait and see thing where I think something is going on with the dollar, with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down candles coming down. Maybe it could be a manipulation down to take out this low and then reject and take it higher. Okay, it could be something like that, and if it's something like that, then we will see. For now, I don't know if they want to just continue going down or just come all the way down here and reject and go back up. It's a wait and see situation, which is not pleasant for trading the majors, because if the dollar is not clear with its direction, then it makes it hard to trade. And then in the lower time frames, if you try to pick a direction, it just come back and slap you in the face. We've had a prolonged move to the downside since Friday, but then again, it's not been a straight line. It's been with a kind of a whimsy. So I personally, I would just trade probably the foreign currency and the cross pairs and leave the majors alone for now. Apart from the New Zealand dollar short, I don't think I want to be going long on the other pairs. You can if you do get any other if you get any trade suggestion from the other members in the community. But I myself, the tools that I use, the dollar is not giving me what it wants to do, and is not in a clear direction for me yet. So on the majors, I only like the New Zealand dollar. Right, so let's jump on to this one. Yesterday I did mention these two levels are possibility on the upside, and price did go up there. I think overall they might run this high. With the strength on Aussie New Zealand, we'll jump on that. With the strength on Aussie New Zealand, I think they might run this high. Will they continue going up? It's a wait and see. At the moment, if you look on the daily, okay, the daily is still bullish. So with the daily still being bullish, yes, it can continue going up, right? But like I said, we are very high on the when it comes to every quarter, and this thing can snap down any moment. But if the daily is still bullish, then we have to go with the daily. Yeah, right now maybe wait for this high to be taken, and then let's see if it comes back down again, then we can buy this down candle. Okay, or on the 4-hour time frame, Okay, on the 4-hour time frame, this area here could be another area for interest for a continuation to the upside, and just trading what we have on here. Okay, so if price does come back down here, we can take a long for a continuation to the upside, with the understanding that Aussie New Zealand is still bullish. So this thing will not budge to going down. In here we did have some bearishness on the 4-hour, so that's what we played with, but with this retracement it failed to continue to make a lower low and it made a high, so we have to consider the longs. Okay, so if it does trade back down in here, then we can possibly take another long for a continuation to the upside. New Zealand, this thing is super bearish. Okay, with all the bearishness in dollar, this thing is also not doing well. It's not going up. So all the New Zealand pairs are doing bearish, or they are going bearish. Okay, we will jump on them one after the other. So the New Zealand pairs are going super bearish. So if you still short on this one, just keep it, because if dollar decides to rally, this thing is gonna just fall off the cliff. Okay, we're gonna get these kind of candles to the downside, right? So if you're short, still keep that one. Euro dollar, you see the up movement has not been the best, but nevertheless it's still pushing up. Okay, I think they might want to take out on the monthly, right? Let's go on to the monthly so you can see. We traded to this last up candles high low, and that caused price to go into some form of a retracement. Now price is coming back up. If they break above that, then we have to we have to consider the opening price, okay, for our next upside objective. So if they manage to go above sorry my little boy was snoring. Okay, so if they manage to trade above that high there, which is this one here, if they trade above it, then our next upside objective will be there, so we can take a long from there, right? Again, this thing is still bullish. It's not broken down yet, so we can still continue to be a buyer. Again, if you look, we have 2 down candles, right? So if this thing breaks, we can measure these 2 down candles and project them to the upside, and you can see that that target is within reach. Okay, so if we do close today, then going in tomorrow and the next couple of days, depending on how the up candles are going to be, we can potentially get at least the 168 and this level. All right, so let's see where we can pick an entry from. we can get entry from here. Bear with me. It's down candle today. Okay, if you do get a retracement, let's look on the hourly. Yeah, on the hourly, I'll bring it all the way up here. Okay, that's the only area that looks interesting, so I'll do it this way. Okay, because if we do break this low, I don't see anything in here interesting for price to hold on to. The only interesting area is this area here for possible price to hold. So that is the level I like. It looks like that on the 4-hour. Let me break down this 4-hour candle and see. It's only 15 minutes. It's a bit of a mess on this time frame, so I'll just leave it as it is for now. Okay, if you do get stop out and you see a rejection, you can always jump back in. So let's leave it like this. If you do get retracement, maybe today during New York, if you do get retracement, then we can consider it long. The only thing I'll be worried about a little bit is how we trade when we run above this high. Okay, remember in here, when we traded above this high, price collapsed and went all the way down. Okay, so that's my only concern, how we trade above this high. If you run it and then we start rejecting with speed, then I'll just pull out my longs and then I'll consider some shorts. Okay, but it depends on how we trade above this. If we trade boldly above it and close, not a wick, and close above it, then this target will be within reach and we can go for that one. Pound, I think pound is going for that equal high here. Pound is going for this equal high. On the 4-hour, let's see what we have. And let me remove all this drawing and go back to the daily. Draw that. You can see how I've been trading for the last couple of days. Today has been the only day that has given a proper push. All the other days has given some form of a indecision is going on. But today has been a day that has given a proper push. So I think they're gonna run this equal high, and we are within about 44 pips away from there. Do we want to chase it? That's the question. Maybe a little bit of a retracement. Okay, maybe a little bit of a retracement. I'm trying to see where I can find a stop loss where when it snaps back, okay, you can still be in the trade and still be valid to continue going up. Okay, maybe a stop loss down here. Oh, wrong. A stop loss below this down candle. Right, a stop loss below this down candle and target that one there. Okay, target that equal high. Yeah, the stop loss down here, and then 46. It's almost one to one. Right, and if it stops you out and it comes down here and you see a rejection, then that offers you even more risk to rewards. All right, so if let's say price comes back down, price comes all the way back down and stops you out and then gives you a rejection pattern in here, it gives you more room for risk to reward. Right, yeah, better than what we have now. But what we have now is price is moving, so the equal high is the target. So push this one back up to where we were there, and our 1 to 1 is there. Right, let's see above those equal high what we do have. We have another high here, so yeah, that high that should run these equal highs and that high, and then we will probably see a rejection. Okay, so once we run this high, be mindful and let's be on the sideline after we've run equal high. Equal highs is like it's a reset. It's like the market goes into some form of a reset. Okay, so be mindful after that equal high has been run, because the market will go into some form of a reset. This one has just stopped. If you did take it, it should have stopped you out. Okay, I did take it myself as well, because that's one of the pairs I do have on my personal trading pairs. Yeah, and that has just stopped out. I'll wait and see if it's just is it a breakdown to continue going down, or it's just a stop run? Because what I've been doing some back testing lately, and what I found out is, like, after a previous week high is run, usually price will form a low Tuesday and run Monday's low, and then it should continue up for the rest of the week. So if it is the case and it's just running Monday's low and then rejection for the rest of the week going higher, then all I have to wait for is to wait for price to reject, trade above a down candle, and then or break market structure. So breaking market structure will be probably on the 15 minutes market structure or the hourly market structure. Once we get that, then I'll go back in again for a continuation to the upside. So for now, do not do anything. It's just we want to see if it's a stop run or a rejection, or a breaking structure for a continuation to the downside. There's two things. After a weekly high is run or a weekly low is run. So this is actually I'll leave that for last. I'll be doing a topic at the end, so let me write this down and then I'll remember to talk about it. Weekly high run, weekly low run, and then we talk about it at the end. Can you not hear me? I think the sound is coming. Let me know if you can hear me, because I've just checked on the messages and I've seen you said no sound. Okay, good. Okay. So we will talk about what we are expecting as a mini lesson at the end. Okay. Aussie New Zealand is still good. We did come down for a retracement into this last down candle, and we are pushing higher. So this one is still good for the upside objectives. Okay. Euro yen. We've traded down to the level I did call the other day. Now what I want to see is just a rejection pattern. So on this time frame, you can go long straight away, which would be fine. Okay. I want to see this high broken. All right. This is a daily swing high, swing low. We measure it. We are at 50%. Right there. Okay. So what I want to see now is I want to see this high broken. Okay. As soon as I see that, we will take a long. Okay. Do not try to buy here yet. Wait for a bit of confirmation. Let's wait for this up candle to be broken, and then we can take a long for a continuation to the upside. Remember the weekly profile, which I'll talk about sometime in future. We have Monday drop, Tuesday continuation, Monday drop, Tuesday continuation, and this week we've had Monday drop, Tuesday drop. So we want a market structure break for a continuation, something like this. Okay, so when we drop, we want a swing high to be taken, and then we look for a continuation to the upside. Same thing in here. We drop, we want this up candle to be broken, and then we should look for continuation. So let's wait for this candle to be broken, and then we look for a continuation to the upside. All right. Same thing with this one. We've traded to that daily down candle that I did speak about. Okay, so we're gonna wait for at least a swing high to be taken out in here. All right, or if I do see a 4-hour rejection pattern, it's the same thing. I think by the time this candle closes, if this goes up, it will form a 4-hour it'll form a 4-hour rejection pattern, and then we can go in and look for longs. Okay, so let's wait for this high to be broken first, and then we look for a continuation to the upside following what the daily is doing. Okay, until the daily gives up, then we don't give up the longs. Right. Aussie yen. So the yen has just woke up. Yeah, the yen has just woke up with its strength. So I think this thing might not give the run above this high as they were expecting it. I don't remember who called that one. Yeah, but I don't think yet. Maybe it will, but not yet. Okay, but if we do break this low, then that long is not going to happen, and we might see price continue to fall down. Okay, so if you're long and you still hold on to it, if you're long, you can still hold on to it with your upside objectives still intact, or if you get stopped out on the downside, then we're gonna look for shorts, which is what I prefer. Okay. New Zealand yen, we have reached the targets, that one and this one. Okay, this was an amazing trade, and it's done. So what is the next movement that I will look for? Let's have a look on the weekly. Based on the weekly, I think, see if this was a stop run. Let me zoom in. Yeah, it was a stop run. So if it was a stop run, then we should look for a continuation to the downside. I think there will be more downside, and this was also a stop run, so there will be a level in here somewhere that should pause price. I don't know where, but there will be a level in here somewhere that will pause price. Could be this one after this low is run, or that low. Right, so I'll look for this low to be run. So I'll stand. If you're still short, keep some on to it. So down here. Okay, this is an area of consolidation, so the middle of that consolidation is right there. And then we broke outside, so the middle of that consolidation should be the target. Yeah, so down here, that should be the next target. It could potentially run this low on here, but I'll shoot for this for now, and then if you do get a bit of retracement, I'll consider another short to target this low. All right, so if you're still short on this, keep some onto it, and then target this low here, this level, and then still keep some onto, like, if you still have a position on, and then hold on to some to see if you're gonna take out this low. Okay, Euro New Zealand, we didn't get quite the pullback that I expected to down here, and we've just run above these two down candles. I want to see, this could be another accumulation, just like in here, accumulation for a continuation. It didn't close as bearish as this one, so this is like an indecision candle, and I did mention that because this is a high, it will go into some form of a retracement first. So I'll be cautious going long from where we are now. Remember, we've just run previous week's high. Okay, I'm doing some back testing about this. These weekly profiles mostly. Okay, what will end up happening is price will run a previous week high Monday, Tuesday, and then reject and come back down, and then form a low before the continuation to the upside. Okay, so we've run previous week high here. Monday we broke down. Tuesday we've run up and run previous day's high. Okay, and then price will just roll over, come and form a low on Wednesday or Thursday, and then on Thursday price will rally back up. Let me see if I can show you an example of this. Something like this, that didn't run. previous week's high. Okay, so just think about this as a high. It's the opposite. So we run the low, and then price goes up, and then go and form a high, and then come back down. Okay, so if I invert this, think about this as a previous week high. So price runs it, reject, and go and form a low, and then continuation to the upside. So instead of this going down, going this way, imagine this is inverted and it's going upside, right? So that's something I'll be mindful going in today. I don't want to chase this. If it does go up there, fine, but I don't want to chase it. I want to see some form of a bit of a retracement first into this area. I want to see some retracement. It's early day of the week. It could do that. Okay, it could run this high and then reject and come all the way back down here before going up again. Pound New Zealand, this one also didn't give the kind of retracement I was expecting, and it just ran up to that first target that I was looking for. At this moment in time, I don't think, because of the weakness in New Zealand, I don't think this one was gonna, the pound has just gained some strength, so I don't think this is gonna come all the way back down. It can, anything can happen in price, and it's just run again previous week high, so it can go into some bit of a retracement. However, we are very high, yeah, so I would like to see some form of a retracement before I will consider any long. Looking at current price right now, because we've traded above these two up candles, all I can do is measure these two down candles again and target where 168 and then 2, and then that'll be 8. Okay, that's all I can do now because price is very high. It didn't pull back enough. If I measure this low to that high, it didn't even get to 50%, so that could be a trap that they can run this back down and then send it back up again. All right, and so I don't have anything on this at the moment. Euro Aussie, yesterday I did mention I would like to see this low run first and then look for a continuation to the upside. I still hold on to that because this pair is going sideways. So if we are going sideways, I want to be buying in the lower portion of the range. So if I put this one there, okay, this is the lower portion of the range. We are sitting in the middle. Okay, I don't want to be doing anything in the middle. I want to be buying down here. So I want this low to be run, come down here, give me some rejection down here, and then I'll consider long. So on that one, I'll leave it as it is. Let this low to be run first. If not, you're going to be killed trying to catch a long or trying to catch a short in here. All right, Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie did run this low and rejected again. This one is, I did wanted to see it come down here. Yeah, I did want to see it come down here, but it did it. Okay, so what you can see going on is clear. I don't have to kind of point it to you because you should see what price is doing. Yeah, price is running stops. So that's a definition of sideways, which I'll go into. This week we're gonna talk about market profile, so I'm gonna go into that one. You see it's running stops and a rejection, running stops and a rejection. That's all it's doing. Okay, It's hard to trade in this condition, so be careful on this. We've moved into trending into consolidation. So this is our range now. Okay, so we can do what? Now that we've run this low, we can be a buyer down here and a seller up there. Okay, so you want to be a buyer down here, don't do anything in the middle, and then be a seller up there. Okay, so if you do catch a long, let's see, after running this low, we could see price scream all the way back up. Okay, for a long, let's go into the 4-hour. The 4-hour is still bearish. Yeah, the 4-hour is still bearish. We broke below this and we did place in this high. So I want to see if they can break above this last up candle here, because if not, then this is going to be another hurdle that price is going to run into and then swing back down again. Okay, so this up candle could cause price to swing back down again because the 4-hour is bearish. Right, so it's a sideways market. Ideally you don't want to be trading in this condition, but if you do, I think you have to wait for this this swing high to be broken, right? Because we're on the 4-hour, this is important high. Okay, it's an important high. New Zealand Swiss, I think we've reached we've run this low and price is gonna probably say a bit of a sideways. Okay, I'll go into that lesson when we finish going through all these pairs, so you understand what I mean by consolidation. So we've just run this low, so we might stay we can hit this up down inside here for some time before another leg. So maybe leave this one alone for now. Aussie Swiss, again, I did mention I'll probably take it off because it's just not doing anything. Aussie Cat, this morning I was looking at this, right, and I was, because I did wake up a bit early, and I was just watching price, and I did see some kind of a possible long to up here. Yeah, but that was a scalp, not even a day trade. Maybe long from here up there, and then up there I'll sell short. I want to see, okay, this is my thought process right now. Monday overall we are bearish, right? If I go into the daily, we are bearish. We've made a lower low. Okay, we made a high, made a low, went up and then broke down. We've made a low, so we've broken down. So we have a range now to play with, which is this high, this high, and that low. So our next price direction should be a retracement and another leg down. So with the retracement, where exactly are we looking for the lower high to form? I'm looking for it in this last up candle. So it can happen anywhere in here. Now we've traded there. So how do I want to see the retracement or the continuation to the downside? On the 1 hour, what I want to see, okay, is a swing low to be taken out. Okay, I would like to see a swing low to be taken out. So we did place a high in Monday. We've run it on the during overnight here, and then price failed to make a lower low. Okay, with that failure to make a lower low, it means that price wants to continue going up. So maybe it's got another leg up, because that is the last up candle in there. So that is the area I'll be looking for the lower high to form. Where is it going to form? I don't know, but the clue for you to know is for you to see price break market structure on the 1 hour. So if price is going to continue doing this on the hourly, as soon as you see this, that's your clue that the swing high is forming. So the next retracement, you can go in and go short, and then start looking for a continuation to the downside. Okay, so that's what I had, or that's what I was looking at this morning. So that's what I was looking at this morning, and I was watching this down candle here for maybe for us to break, but it didn't. Here you can see it didn't break. It supported price, and we've seen a rejection. So I think they might come up above this high again. They might run this high again into maybe deeper on this last up candle. So what I would do is measure, because we did hit the opening price. The next price level on this up candle would be the mean threshold, which is the middle. So that's the next price level for consideration. All right, that's the next price level for consideration there. So if they do run this high, you can measure this, and you can see where this 2% is taking us, almost there. All right, so if they do run this high, I'll consider a long to go up there. This morning I was considering a long down here. Not considering, I was practicing to see if I can be able to forecast price to hit this level and go up here, and that's what you saw me had earlier. Yeah, this was what I had on there, something like that. Okay, so if they do break this high, you can, if you're not scared of taking losses, okay, which is something you have to train yourself to not be fearful of taking a loss. If you're not scared of taking a loss, then you can do this. Yeah, if you're not scared of taking a loss, you can buy where we are with a stop here, with the understanding that we've not broken down, price is supporting here, so you want to see price go up there, right? If it does stop you out, then you know that we have broken a low after hitting the daily last up candle, and we are bearish on the daily, so we look for what, a continuation to the downside. So if you get stopped out, all you have to do is wait for some form of a retracement, and then you go short with a stop above here, and then you look for a continuation to come and run this low. Okay, so if you're not scared of taking a loss, then you can take this long to there. But if you're scared of taking a loss, then wait for price to trade above here. Wait for price to trade above here and place your stop loss. Place your stop loss where I think that maybe where a last down candle will form in here. So if a down candle forms in here, you place your stop below there and you take a long up there. And then once you get up here, you start looking for some form of a rejection, and then we look for a short to come back down again to continue on the bearishness on the daily time frame. Okay. New Zealand CAD, I think this one was the one I liked. I did post this yesterday, and one member asked me, is it ready to sell short? I wanted to see how the daily will close yesterday, but yesterday did close a bit of bullishness. So we have 2 days of reaccumulation, and we've just slammed down. So I think if you did take a short, which I think some of you would do, for those of you who are waiting for me to say take a short, then I think waiting for price to come up here would be ideal. Okay, if price does get there, because they have run what previous week low. That's previous week low. We've run it here. Okay, and price went up, and then we've come back down and run this low again, and price is rejecting. Usually, like I said, that's one of the things I this is one of the profiles that I'm spending my time on recently, to learn weekly profiles into more depth. Why? Because once you understand the weekly profile, how the week should play out, you can wait for certain things to happen, and then you can jump into a trade. Like, for example, here the market went all the way down and then went up on Thursday. Same thing, market went all the way down and then went up on Thursday. It's not random. Okay, these things are not random, they are specific. And then we have another week where market went 2 days down and then went up, and then on Thursday went down. They are not random. Okay, you can study them and know how the week is going to play out, and that's what I've been doing recently. Okay, I do know some of them, which is just Tuesday the low of the week might form, or Wednesday the high of the week might form. Some of them are very tricky, so you have to spend time to study them. Okay, and I'll teach the ones that I know, and then I'll let you go and study the rest. Okay, so maybe wait for price to come up here and then sell short. Or if you're not scared of taking a loss, then you can I don't think selling short right here will do, because you've just run the previous day's low, so it's not ideal. This is the place to sell short. Okay, so be patient, wait for it to come up here, and if this stops you out, then I think we will push higher. Okay, if you sell short and you place your stop above here and it stops you out, we will be going in some form of a retracement inside this low, inside this high, and that low. Okay, so be mindful. Just like we had this go into some form of a retracement, if we do trade above this down candle here, or if it does stop you out basically here, then we will be going in some form of a bit of a retracement. Okay, so watch out for that. If you sell short here and it stops you out, we will be going in for a bit of a retracement, or it could stay sideways. Two things, because we run this low, went up, run another low, and if it does run this high and reject, then we're going to go sideways. Dollar CAD, I think dollar CAD, we are going to get, again, I was doing some high time frame analysis overnight and looking at the monthly. Okay, we've gone through the high, which is where we did hit the other day, for us to be looking for our longs into. Okay, that's where we did hit, and then we looked for that long. Okay, now because price has gone through that, the next area to consider is the middle of this last up candle. So the middle of this down candle is here. So that's our next target on the downside, where we can consider another long. It's got a bit of room to the downside, Yeah, I think right below this low. Bear with me. Yeah. Let's bring it back to where it was, because that is right there. That is where I'll be looking for some form of a rejection. Okay, so do you want to chase this? I personally wouldn't. I'll be waiting for a long. Okay, you can go short, but I personally, I'll be waiting for a long. I want to see some form of a rejection, and then I'll go long rather. Why? Because you are trading inside. We are trading inside a monthly institutional buying candle. This one here, you can see how much they bought. Okay, with this down candle here. So that's where we are trading inside it. I don't want to be shorting here. All right, I don't want to be shorting, so I'll personally wait. I'll be on the sidelines watching to see when I get some form of a rejection, because this thing can snap up like this. Okay, so I'll just be on the sidelines and watch on this one. Cardian, we almost got to our TP1. I think it's still in the cards, so hold on to it. I think Yen has just, like I said, Yen just woke up. Okay, Yen has just woke up, so we could see some down bearishness, a continuation to the downside. So hold on to your short and let your TP1 hit. Moreover, that's your range high, that's your range low. We've not even come to 50% yet. Yeah, that's exactly 50%. You should hold on to it till you get there. Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of the pairs. I'm going to check the messages and see if anyone has a question. Right, your question is not clear. What do you mean the high and low matching with COT? Ask your question again, because it's not clear. All right. Whilst I do that, I'll just go through gold quickly, because I've seen gold just pumping up to the level I said it should. AUD there. Yep. Right, so yesterday I did mention that if we because we're trading above this down candle, okay, it could be a reaccumulation for a long. So if you're not scared, you can buy it up the way there, and we are almost there. That's a good long from here. I think we were, yeah, here. Nice. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, because I know Bitcoin has just run the high, the weekly high that I told you guys to hold on to right there. All right, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Oil, let's have a look at oil. 44 upside objective next, so you see oil as well. Let's check the question again. Can you rephrase your question, please? Okay. All right, no problem. No problem. Okay, we've only got 2 minutes, so I'm going to do my best and explain market profile. Okay, and maybe I'll spend just 5 minutes on it. So market profile, anytime you're trading, you want to know what market profile we are in on the daily time frame, especially. Okay, once you're able to determine the daily profile or the market profile we are trading in, it can save you a lot of hassles, and you can know what to do before you sit in front of the screen. Okay, so what do I mean by that? The market doesn't go up in a straight line all the time, or it goes down in a straight line all the time. If you're in some form of a if you're in some form of a recession, then we can see a prolonged move to the downside, yet it doesn't even go down straight like that. There are going to be some pullbacks. Okay, so understanding the profile of the market, the condition of the market, I should put it, will help you to understand the market and what to do. So mainly I look at 4 market profiles, 4 of them, to determine what we are doing on the daily, especially on the daily time frame. So the first one is expansion. Okay, are we expanding up? Elliott wave theorists or Elliott wave people will count it, let's say leg 1. Okay, so that's the expansion. So after expansion, there are 2 scenarios that can happen. So when price screams up, let's say it makes a leg, impulse leg, that's the expansion. Okay, but before this expansion, you should see a consolidation. Okay, so there's always some form of a consolidation before expansion. So consolidation begins everything. Everything begins with a consolidation. All right, because during consolidation, that's when the big boys are doing what? That's when they are buying when it expands to the upside. During the consolidation, that's when the big boys are buying. So once we move from the consolidation, price is gonna expand to the upside. So consolidation first, that's the first thing that happens, and then we have expansion, or we can have a consolidation, okay, and then expansion. Could be up or down, doesn't matter. There is going to be an expansion. Okay, and then after the expansion, we can go into another consolidation, or we go for a retracement. 2 things. After expansion, we can go into for a consolidation or a retracement. Yeah, so if you understand that we are in a consolidation, your job is to determine, okay, are we to expand up or are we to expand down? That's your job. Once you understand which part price should expand, then you wait for the expansion, or you wait for price to move outside the consolidation before you try to take a trade. Because if you try to predict the direction inside here, you will get killed. And trying to trade consolidation is hard. Okay, trading consolidation and during consolidation period is very hard. If you are not experienced, I wouldn't say trade when price is in a consolidation. Okay, if you're experienced, then you can obviously go in and look for specific things and trade during consolidation. But after consolidation, once price expands outside, it doesn't go in a straight line. It will take time to get to where price is going, especially if you're looking at this on the daily. If price is going to expand for 7 days, okay, the first day price will move outside. You've got 6 days more, so you don't have to be in the very first day when price moves outside. Okay, so after the expansion, price is going to go into some form of a consolidation, or it will just retrace. Okay, and then after retracement, price can go into a consolidation again to pick up more orders and then expand again. Okay, so that's what you see on the daily chart. We got consolidation, expansion, either consolidation or retracement, consolidation and then the expansion, or consolidation, retracement, or expansion. Okay, and then we have the other profile. So this is profile 1 or market condition 1. Market condition 2 will be expansion. Market condition 3 will be retracement, and then the last condition will be reversal. Okay, reversal. So once price gets to where it's going to go to, then we can see a reversal. That's another market profile. So we have 4. One is consolidation. That's where everything begins with. Then we have an expansion, and then after expansion we can go back to 1, which is another consolidation, and then retracement or consolidation to another expansion. And then once price has got to where it needs to get to, then we can expect some form of a reversal. Okay, so these are your market conditions. So the consolidation is where a lot of money is lost. When price is in a consolidation, we even smart money, we lose some trades in here, because when you're in this condition, it's very hard to predict where the market should go. Okay, if you are clever, you will not trade when we are in, not clever. If you don't want to force the market or force a trade, okay, you can sit on your hands once the market goes into consolidation and not do anything. And as soon as you see the expansion, you join and trade to that side. And then if you see a retracement, you can join the retracement. Okay, and then if it goes into another consolidation, you sit on your hands, and if you see expansion, you join the expansion again. And I'm going to show you what we've done with this, with euro yen. Okay, let's remove all this drawing, and then I'll show you what we did with it. So on euro yen, we did have, you might not see it, but this is a consolidation. Okay, even though there was a manipulation to the downside, we ran a high here, came down and ran a low, and then rejected. As soon as you see that, that's a consolidation, and then we expanded up. So this is when we started with doing what I'm doing. This is what we enjoyed. Okay, that's the expansion period. And then after the expansion, we went into what? Retracement. Okay, and then we enjoyed a bit of this retracement, and then after the retracement, price went into consolidation in here. Yeah, so in here it's a hard period to trade. Why? Because we are not moving anywhere. It looks like we are going up, but it doesn't go up as this is expansion, this is consolidation, and then after the consolidation we had another expansion. Okay, so we are in a phase of another expansion. Another one that we did enjoy was New Zealand Swiss. Okay, so New Zealand Swiss, we were in a consolidation in here. Price was taking highs, coming back down, taking lows, coming back up, taking highs, coming back down. That's consolidation. And then we had expansion, and then we had a retracement, and then after the retracement we went into what? Consolidation again. And all this in here, that's a consolidation period. Okay, because price is not doing anything. And now we've had what? Expansion to the downside. And then a last example would be Cardian. Cardian, we did what? We did enjoy a long, which was a expansion. This was the consolidation period. Okay, we take out a high, we come back down, take out a low, we come back up. So that is a consolidation. And then we expanded, went into retracement, and then consolidation. Okay, so these are your I call it market profiles. And then for reversal, let's go into New Zealand yen. Okay, so we had a consolidation in here, price expanded up, retracement, consolidation, expansion, we went to take out this high, and after taking that high, price reversed, so we went into a reversal. Okay, so after taking out this high, price reversed. So reversal, with the reversal comes with the same market conditions. Sorry guys, I'm almost done. Okay, that's a retracement, reversal, and that reversal begins a new trend. So with a new trend, we have expansion. Okay, after expansion, we can go into we had reversal, consolidation, and then we have another continuation to the downside, and we will expand, we continue to expand, and then price will go into either a consolidation or a retracement. Okay, so you need to be aware of this market conditions so that once we move into one of them, into a phase, we have reversal right in here. After taking out this high, reversal, retracement, expansion, consolidation, expansion, consolidation, reversal, retracement, consolidation, expansion, reversal, retracement, consolidation, expansion. So knowing which phase we are in will help you knowing which phase we are in will help you immensely to know what to do, because if you are in expansion, that's the best time to risk more. When we are in a retracement, you risk less. When we go into consolidation, you sit on your hands and not do anything, demo trade during this period. When we are expanding, you risk more. Reversal, you risk less, and then you wait for the new trend to begin, and then when the new trend begins, you can risk more. And then once we move into consolidation, you risk less, or you sit on your hands. Okay, that's the importance of knowing which market condition we are in. So that will help you to know what to do or how to attack the market. All right. So that will be it for now. Tomorrow I'll talk more about it, and I'll talk more about the weekly profile as well. Knowing like when we run a weekly high, what you expect price to do. When we run a weekly low, what we expect price to do. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Okay. So until then, stay safe, and I'll talk to you. I think we do have afternoon session, so maybe during the afternoon I'll talk about it. Okay. And then I'll go through the market profile again in the lower time frame, because in the lower time frame it's the same thing. But if you're able to know what it's doing on the higher time frame, then in the lower time frame you don't want to see much going on. Okay, so thank you, and then I'll see you in the afternoon.